Live from Gahanna, WGLH-TV presents Lincoln Live with David Cremeen and Katie Bailey.
Today, school security depends on everybody doing their part. A few easy ways to help keep Lincoln High School a safe place for all.
More books are being banned and challenged than ever, even ones that we have in our own classroom. But why does this matter? I'll have the story.
Slow and steady, the new Gahanna Lincoln High School is taking shape. A live report from the construction site.
I'm Kofar Bizo. They love to swim, but for them, it's much more than just exercise. I'll introduce to you the Gahanna Goldfish.
And celebrating diversity by bringing everybody together.
Lincoln Live starts now.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm David Cremeen.
And I'm Katie Bailey.
How are you doing today, Katie?
I'm doing really great, thanks. How about you, David?
I'm doing very well, and I'm really excited to get to share the news with all of you today.
Yes, today we start with a topic that impacts every student, teacher, and staff member at Gahanna Lincoln. School security is the #1 priority of any school or school district, and the Gahanna Jefferson School District is no exception.
This year, our district implemented a new emergency action plan to streamline communications during a hostile situation.
While there have been no tragic incidents this year, there have been some tense moments.
On September 27th, the Gahanna Lincoln administration and local law enforcement were contacted with information that a firearm was potentially on the campus of Gahanna Lincoln High School.
The Gahanna Division of Police acted quickly and there was no ongoing threat.
Then, on December 20th, an email sent home to families indicating that a student reported seeing a look-alike weapon at Gahanna Lincoln High School, which resulted in an arrest. As you can see from these incidents, quick actions by students and staff help avert possible tragedies.
And it just goes to show that safety in our school depends on the total team effort by students and staff.
And Aubrielle Jackson now joins us live from the main lobby to tell us what students can do to help keep our school secure.
Good morning, Brielle.
Hey, good morning, guys.
With over 2,500 students and adults in our building, it definitely takes a team effort, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. School safety starts with the students. Every person has their individual duty to keep our school safe, and it is crucial that everyone plays their part to keep our school community protected. The school can post signs everywhere and hire even more security personnel. But with a school this size, it's nearly impossible to guarantee your safety. We caught up with Principal Williams, and she wants you to know that keeping our school secure all starts with you.
School safety starts with our students mainly because they are out in our hallways in different areas of our building all day long. And so we live by see something, say something. And so whether that's inside of our building, on the exterior of our building because we are an open campus, or even online, if you see something, say something. And that has benefited us so much this school year and past school years, because our students are starting to develop a confidence of what it means to keep our building and the student body safe, and feeling comfortable in sharing that information with us so that we can act on it.
Thanks, Principal Williams. Students definitely need to do their part. And speaking of that, there are a few areas around the school that need special attention. One of those is the bank of doors on the west side of the school near the theater entrance and the Hall of Fame. There are 10 doors in that hallway, and students are often seen exiting those doors to take a shortcut to Clark Hall or to the parking lot. Well, those doors are older and don't automatically lock, and that causes a security threat for all of us, and our campus supervisors are acting to keep us safe.
For those students that went all the way around, thank you very much for following directions.
We just want everybody to be safe. We want everybody in the school to be accounted for. It's 3 doors that are on this side, so it's so easy to let somebody in. It's so easy to go out. It's so easy to come in.
As we know from some critical incidents in other buildings, Uvalde, when teachers, not just students, have gone out of those buildings and they don't shut. Somebody can walk right in behind them. It's really just about doing the right thing just for the safety of the building.
We greatly appreciate you following directions.
So everybody needs to enter and exit the appropriate doors at all times, even if it takes a little time to follow the rules. That's all from the main gate. Back to Katie and David.
Thanks, Brielle. You mentioned exiting and entering only at certain doors. Can you remind us which those doors are?
Yes, the only doors that you can enter and exit from are the main gate doors in the main lobby and the doors in L building in front of the art showcase.
Brielle.
Those are just a few ways that administrators are asking us to help keep our school secure.
That's the mission, and our school has already implemented a lot of daily procedures that contribute to our safety.
And for that story, Natalie Fogel now joins us live on set.
Yes, good morning, Natalie.
Good morning, guys.
Could you help us understand what administration is doing to keep Lincoln safe?
Yeah, of course. Well, as Brielle said, we all have to do our part to keep Lincoln High School a safe place. But we also have a large group of adults whose careers are dedicated to your safety. It's our campus supervisors and full-time student resource officers, and they work to implement our school safety plan every day. Gahanna Lincoln High School, a public campus with 2 buildings, over 2,000 students, and hundreds of staff members. With this big of a school, there are always new ways to improve the learning experience, especially when it comes to safety of every member in the school.
Some of the safety protocols that we have at Lincoln make sure all of our doors are locked. We have a huge school that we transition between 2 campuses.
I actually graduated from Gahanna Lincoln High School. Visitors were just able to come in. They did like sign in at the table and everything, but I think this is way more effective, actually getting them into our system so that we can see who's in for the day and who's out and everything.
Not only do we have constant eyes on the doors, but we also have student resource officers on campus at all times. But with the police station right next to us, why is it important to have them consistently in the building?
Well, I think having police officers at the schools deters a lot of bad things from the outside. Everybody watches TV, right? And if we don't have to respond to the school, we're already here.
We also investigate crimes as well. There is crimes that happen in the school from time to time, and we're also here as mentors. We're here to talk to kids, tell them about our experiences in life.
With technology constantly changing, there are always new ideas on how to keep our school more secure. Things like smart passes when walking through the hallways to security cameras around every corner. But have these adjustments truly made an impact on our safety over the years?
I absolutely love Smart Pass. I think it keeps the students accountable for where they're supposed to be at that time. We have so many kids in this school.
Our security team and cameras are very active. We always tell students that it's pretty much not anywhere you can go that we can't see you on camera. So we've seen tremendous improvement over the years from year 1 to now in some of our safety measures.
With every rule made in place at our school, they are there for your safety. Thanks to the people who dedicate every day to make sure we are safe so that we can focus on our education. Again, we'd like to thank our campus supervisors and student resource officers for all the work you all do for us. Now, back to David and Katie at the news desk.
Thank you, Natalie, for highlighting the important roles administrators have here at Lincoln.
The new Gahanna Lincoln High School will open in the fall of 2025.
And there's a lot of excitement around town. Workers are building the future right outside in the old stadium.
You can definitely see the 3rd floor taking shape, as well as the round learning pods.
We wanted to get an update on the new high school, so we sent our Taylor Braun out to the construction site. Good morning, Taylor.
Hey guys, it's a little cold and a little noisy out here.
I'm sure. Well, thank you for joining us. We are just discussing school safety at our current school, and safety is also a main focus for the new school. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's definitely something that has been a big part of planning for the new Gahanna Lincoln High School. And that's a big advantage compared to the current school, which has a sprawling floor plan, undersized stairwells, crowded hallways, and limited sight lines, which definitely pose a security threat. So we asked Assistant Superintendent Jill Elliott how improved security is impacting the design of the new school.
Some of the features include improved security cameras, increased number of security cameras. We also will have a security monitoring station. The glass walls that will be in parts of the building, as well as the curved design, allow for better sight lines and visibility to what's going on, as well as having better door security and the ability to lock down parts of the building as needed.
Thanks, Mrs. Elliott, for speaking with us. Now, what about the progress of the new school? It's definitely taking shape. The steel beams have reached the 3rd floor, and the unique rounded shape of the building is starting to form. It's been cold and rainy in recent weeks, but we're told the project is still on schedule to open in the fall of 2025. We had the chance to speak with the head of construction, Bill Mullet.
Right behind me is the southern pride of the building. So academic classroom space, the southern pride, 3 floors going up. And as we continue on, we're getting ready to build the center area around the courtyard, which is also just starting while the crane is right behind me. And then we'll be working on the northern pride behind that. And then very soon we'll be putting up the precast walls and places like the auditorium. We'll start to see the auditorium come up near Havens Corners, and then the gymnasium down on the southern end of the building.
So that's the update on the new school construction. Back to David and Katie inside at the news desk.
Thank you, Taylor. While you're here, how excited are you to see the new school?
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's so cool to see the future being built right in front of me. And it's even cooler to see where the new TV studio might be.
I agree, me too. Thank you, Taylor. When Lincoln students wake up every winter morning, one thing is on their minds. Is there going to be a snow day today? As students roll out of bed awaiting a decision, Superintendent Dr. Deagle and her team of professionals have been up for hours, testing conditions and checking forecasts to see if they're student-friendly. So how exactly are snow days determined? Here's Dr. Deagle.
We look at the road conditions, and so for example today several districts did close or delay because of wind chill. For us in Gahanna, our wind chill dipped to -8. Typically we wait until the wind chill dips into double digits. Some districts wait until it goes into the -20s, but for me it's more about the road conditions.
Thanks, Dr. Deagle. We have a new school board president, Kara Coates, and one of the responsibilities of the school board is to set curriculum-related policies.
This includes what's taught in the classroom, including the literature used in class. And across the country, books are being banned in education.
What exactly is a banned book? Our Evelyn Cahill has the story to answer that question and the answer to how our school is responding to some of these controversial books.
Reading, an important part of our education and a hobby for some. However, numerous books are now being taken away in other schools, libraries, and districts through the process of book banning.
A banned or challenged book is one that, whether it be an individual or even the government itself, has deemed somehow inappropriate for certain age groups to read, either based off of language, topics.
Books are becoming an increasing point of conflict between parents, children, teachers, and librarians. Today, books are being banned for a variety of reasons.
Usually it is because a book appears to be against someone's beliefs, whether they're religious or cultural. Often, the person that is trying to challenge or ban the book has not read it.
According to the American Library Association, almost 4,000 books have been challenged this year in an attempt to ban the books, even ones that can be found in our own library.
We have several books that have definitely been challenged in the past and maybe are banned in other places, such as Perks of Being a Wallflower, The Kite Runner, even of Mice and Men.
Even though these books may be banned in some places, they still contain valuable messages that are important for students to be aware of and able to access.
I feel like it's important to read banned books so that people get like a better view of topics that make most people uncomfortable, so that you can learn more things about other people's lives.
Books that are commonly banned in other places contain topics that are important for students to have access to. This choice is important to both students and teachers.
Under the Freedom of Information Act, you have the right to read anything you would like.
As a district, we definitely feel very strongly about giving students choice, and when we take away that choice, it silences voices.
While books may continue to be banned, it is important to appreciate our district's access to a wide range of books with real topics and themes, and to use them to our full advantage in the classroom. This is Evelyn Cahill for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, Evelyn. While some are trying to ban certain books, others are trying to increase access to books. Here in Gahanna, free little libraries are taking over, with approximately 10 in Gahanna. The free little libraries aim to increase readership by allowing anybody to take a book at no cost. They also encourage readers to leave books for others, and the residents who are building these mini libraries say they're just happy to share their love of reading.
I had the idea that it might be nice to have a little library in our yard, so of course I'm not the one in the family that is able to build these things, so I had to bring Rick into it, but I've just always had a love of books. It's surprising how many people come and look at it every day. There is somebody, everybody, I mean, all ages stop at the library.
I love those things. Now we have Will Wada here with some interesting achievements by some of our faculty.
Hey Will, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you two?
Doing very well.
Good to hear. Well, the Heart and Pride Award is awarded to 2 staff and members across our entire district every month. One of this month's recipients is Lincoln High School guidance counselor Dr. Nelson Slagle. She was nominated by parents for making a profound impact on students every day. and Dr. Nelson Slagle says that receiving the award is very special.
Obviously, it was a huge honor to win the award. I was surprised when Dr. Deagle and Mrs. Williams surprised me before winter break, but knowing that I was nominated by parents in the community who felt like I've made a difference was really humbling, and I'm very appreciative.
Thanks, and congrats again, Dr. Nelson Slagle, another staff member in our schools being recognized for their amazing efforts in their field. The Sousa Foundation gives out a National Legion of Honor Award to 8 middle school or high school band directors across the country.
402, 1, 2, ready, and.
And our band director, Mr. Rob Sebriak, is one of this year's awarded directors. He is the first Ohio director in over 30 years to receive this award, and Mr. Sebriak is thankful for the role that other people played in his achievement.
It was quite a surprise. I never saw that coming, but I recognize that it also said something about the people who had been my teachers and my directors and all the colleagues that I work with here in Gahanna and other places, in that we're all working together to make good things happen. I may be the person who got the plaque this time, but I realize that there are a lot of other people all around that make that happen.
Thanks, Mr. Sebriak. Well, that's all the news I have for you today, Lincoln. Back to the amazing David and Katie at the news desk.
Thanks, Willie. Appreciate you.
Of course.
Now let's turn our attention to the arts. And both the visual and performing arts are very important here in Gahanna.
The arts provide unique opportunities to our community to show off their talents and cultures.
And in May, art displays in Gahanna were temporarily suspended.
And since Gahanna has never had a public arts policy, some of the arts were ordered to be taken down while the city decides what art can be displayed.
I have the story on the ongoing public arts controversy in Gahanna.
Art. It's a focus of our community, city, and teachers. And last May, our middle and elementary schools were asked to show us just how artistic they can be.
Well, we were tasked with creating a mural for Under the Creekside Bridges, provided a prompt by the city, which was Gahanna People and Places. And then our students responded with what that meant to them.
Point to the corner.
Those middle school murals were put up last summer. And after they were displayed, members of the community expressed their discomfort with images of pride flags and Black Lives Matter signs.
It's a teachable moment. Some of my students even went to board meetings in support of the murals.
We had a whole thing where it should be put up and it shouldn't, and I felt like it should be put up because it's representing what kids are nowadays.
To me, it's really simple. It's artwork done by our children, our school children. And they were asked to actually paint a vision of the Gahanna that they live in.
The lack of a public arts plan definitely affects students, but it also affects freelance artists. Here are some of the murals that still remain standing. Since those murals were taken down last May, no new works of art have been displayed by the city of Gahanna. And if your job is a freelance artist, that's a pretty big deal.
So the Arts Council has been trying to work with the city administration and our city council to figure out how we can get more public art in our community. The Arts Council has partnered with the Parks and Rec Department on a project we call Bright Blocks, which currently there's 40 significant regional muralists' work that is being held up. It impacts them quite a lot.
Very dismayed that it's actually taking this long to solve something that's a First Amendment issue.
As frustrating as this is, artists see the light at the end of the tunnel. The city is preparing a brand new public arts policy.
We engaged outside legal counsel who are experts in the First Amendment because we really wanted to make sure we were following the best process and best practices. They advised on the best practice for us to follow in doing that. I could have simply adopted a policy on my own, but I really wanted it to be community driven. So with that, I established an arts advisory panel.
We talk in my 8th grade classes about, does art affect society or does society affect art? And we know that it's cyclical, right? Sometimes artists respond to what's happening in society with the art they make, and then sometimes society responds to the art that's been made.
As Gahanna remains eager for a new arts policy, there's something at the center of it all that we can all agree with. The arts in Gahanna are worth fighting for.
Thanks, David. And speaking of the arts, there's one major artistic event here at Lincoln that celebrates culture around our school and community. It's time for Diaspora, Voices of an Ever-Changing America, which returns to the stage on Saturday for 2 performances, and tickets are going fast at locallevelevents.com. One of the performers who will be performing at Diaspora now joins David live in the studio. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Katie.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining me today, David. I really appreciate it. I have a few questions about diaspora. So first off, what is diaspora?
So diaspora is a program usually in between Martin Luther King Day and start of Black History Month. And it's basically designed to celebrate the cultural achievements from the African diaspora, be it through art, music, dance, fashion, poetry, whatever.
That's great. I love that. And why is diaspora important to you?
Diaspora is important because I believe it exposes the student body to a lot of the culture and social achievements that they might not otherwise be exposed to.
I love that. I love being exposed to all those cultures. I love that you're doing that to the students. That's great. And what opportunities does diaspora provide for some of its performers?
First, it allows students the chance to perform and express that culture, as well as it offers scholarships.
I love that. That's great. I imagine that you have a great time in diaspora every year, and I know that I love being in the audience. So thank you for being here with us today. Don't forget to grab your tickets for only $5 at locallevelevents.com for Saturday shows at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Now back to Katie at the news desk.
Thanks, David and David. Diaspora should be a sellout on Saturday. Now to a different type of music. Our orchestra program is getting ready for their annual contest coming up next month. The freshman, symphony, and chamber orchestras each prepare several pieces of music to be evaluated by judges at the Ohio Music Education Association, or OMEA state competition, as well as their ability to sight read with hopes of receiving superior ratings. We asked orchestra director Mr. Dangle and chamber member Carlos Garcia how they are preparing for the big event.
After our November concerts, our orchestras transition to prepare for the OMEA State Orchestra adjudicated events. We have a preview concert next week, which is about our 50% mark there, so there's still lots to do in preparation.
We have 3 new pieces that we've been playing, and then as a group we're working on like heavy intonation and just blending together more as an orchestra.
Thanks. Right down the hall, the choirs are getting ready for the OMEA districts. For the past few years, the OMEA districts have been a little different, but this year it's back in full swing. And now is the time to prepare. Here is Andrew Holmes with more information.
The choirs have been relearning how to sight read music, so that's like not getting a piano to pluck it out, like that's your note, that's your note. We've also been learning what a cappella has been learning their music for contest, so that we can combine together and sing together for contest and hope to get a 1 and move on to states. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Thanks, Andrew. Let's switch from music to science as we head around our school and into some classrooms.
And to take us into some active learning spaces, our Jackie Graham now joins us from our newsroom with a look at some interesting hands-on learning going in our science classes.
Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, guys.
I saw some video of some robots earlier. What exactly is that?
Well, David, that is our very own underwater robotics team creating robots. They even have a little pool where they can test these robots out, and the team is currently working hard to prepare for their competition coming up soon. Between making and finalizing a remotely operated vehicle, it is no easy task, and branches have to work together to design, build, and test the best remotely operated vehicle possible. These branches are programming electronics, tool packages, frame PR, and marketing. All the branches are essential to the team's success and each have different parts to play. Here is Madeline Ohl with more information.
I am working on testing propellers, so today we found the best propeller, and now we're going to start constructing propeller guards, and then all together we're working on just making our original ROV, that way we can have it ready and then start adding things for the different missions.
Bioscience students are active in the classrooms working through DNA labs. It's complicated work, but it's very important. Students are using a molecule called a restriction enzyme to cut DNA in specific spots. It's the first step in genetic engineering and leads to mending DNA. Students are learning concepts that can be applied to many biological disciplines.
When people get viruses, these enzymes help cut the virus in half with DNA.
This is important because it's kind of the first step in genetic engineering of being able to take out and replace different genes.
So if a kid had like a heart disease, you can cut that out with the restriction enzyme and put the new DNA into it.
So that's a quick look at some impressive learning and teaching in the classrooms. Now back to Katie and David at the news desk.
Thanks, Jackie.
Here at Lincoln, we have many empowerment groups. However, there is an athlete empowerment group that stands out from the rest.
Rise to Win is a national nonprofit that's purpose is to educate and empower the sports community.
The focus of their latest meeting was to recognize stereotyping of people inside and outside of sports while being educated in the process.
Here's Maddie Bailey with more information about what went on during their last meeting.
Our exercise was we were given people and we put them on a scale from 1 to 10 on how much we would want to be them and trade places with them. This brought forth the fact that there are stereotypes and we just may not recognize it. We unconsciously put people into a stereotype.
And now it's time for Gahanna Lincoln Sports.
And Damian Jones is here with some amazing accomplishments from our girls this weekend.
Hello, Dom.
Hello, guys. How are you guys doing?
We're doing very well. How are you?
Doing good.
You're looking very nice today, Dom.
You guys are too. Well, the Lincoln athlete team wins the Ohio Capital Conference Championship. It's big news. And today I have the OCC title to tell you about. It's our girls' swim team. Aubrey Brenesow won the 100 backstroke and 50 freestyle. Samantha Braun won the 500 freestyle, and both girls were part of the winning 200 medley relay. Also, the 400 freestyle relay by Braun, Brenesow, Campbell Payton, and Taylor Braun sealed the win. It's the first time the girls' team has knocked off rival New Albany in more than a decade. Congratulations, girls, and good luck to districts and beyond. Now to other outstanding swim team. It's the Gahanna Special Olympics swim team, better known as the Gahanna Goldfish. The success that this team enjoys is about much more than wins and losses. It's about creating memorable life experiences. Our coach Fabrizio introduces us to the Gahanna Goldfish.
In a world surrounded by competition, hatred, and selfishness, there exists a group of individuals who always focus on the meaning of success, friendship, and positivity. They are the Gahanna Special Olympics swim team, a demonstration of inspiration and determination in the pool who love to swim.
Freestyle and backstroke, swim.
I like doing freestyle the most. I like to be on this team and help with other people, our team, with their perspective.
I really saw swimming at the backstroke, freestyle, backstroke. I love it all. I love it. I'm so swimming. Woo!
It's evident that the Gahanna Special Olympics swim team is passionate and enthusiastic about what they do. But the team is not just about having fun. It's much more than that. 3 goals: have fun, be part of a team, and try to set your personal best. We encourage each other to cheer each other on in every race and talk to each other while you're in the pool.
They're here as a team, they're working out together as a team. It's a great social activity for them as well. So they're, they get to hang out with their friends while getting physically fit at the same time. Their excitement about doing as well as they can and when they finish their race and cheer one another on. There's nothing like that. Nothing like that.
For these incredible swimmers, the pool becomes not just a place for competition, but a team where limitations fade away. It is in the pool that they discover their own strengths, resilience, and talents. This is Cole Farbizo for Lincoln Live.
What a great program. Wrestling is just in its 3rd year as a varsity sport at Gahanna Lincoln, and one line is definitely warring again this year. It's senior Emily Leesburg. Emily picked up her 100th and 101st wins at her career at the Columbia Invitational just south of Cleveland. Emily is a 3-time state qualifier, and while she acknowledged the 100 wins is a huge accomplishment, she says she still has major goals to achieve this season.
Felt amazing, especially considering my last win to get 100 was against a girl I'd previously had a hard time beating. And just the fact that I'm the first girl who's done this at the school, it's amazing. This year I want to place at states, and I feel like it'd be a very complete end to my high school career.
Good luck to the rest of the season, Emily. That's a look at just some of the Lincoln sports. For highlights and updates on basketball, hockey, and indoor track, go to our Twitter page at Lincoln Live. Now back to David and Katie at the news desk.
Thanks, Dom.
We do have one more sports-related story for you.
Students in our Extended Support class, or ESS class, have some new memories that will last a lifetime.
They're able to get a private tour of the Nationwide Arena Columbus Blue Jackets player Jack Roslovic.
They got to see the Blue Jackets locker room, private weight room, new fan zone, and much more.
But what was their best part overall? Here are a few classmates to share their personal highlights from the trip.
The locker room, bags, shirt, glove, hat.
Jack Roslovic, hockey player and tour guide. Yesterday, he showed special education students from Gahanna-Lincoln High School around Nationwide Arena.
Jack Roslovic cousin. Jack take picture all of us.
Probably the weight gym. I'll go to the Blue Jackets game with my family from the see them in person.
Thanks for watching this episode of Lincoln Live.
We'll be right back here tomorrow and Friday with more live shows.
Bye, Lincoln.